You guys, this has been the best Big Brother Naija season ever. From the eviction night to the new guests to the strikes, the bullying, the fights, the Saturday night party. Every time we keep asking Big Brother to give us the entertainment, and he says, "Hold my beer, I am coming." All this will be discussed on Mado Africa's Big Brother Naija All-Star Review with Steph Numbachu. Now let's get right into it. Let's start with the jury, the eviction night. Good choice. Elozonam, V, and Diane. And Sasuke. Perfect choice. But the thing is, I feel like they moved Seyi a bit up because they knew that these people always constantly watch the show and they would not save Seyi. So I think Big Brother moved Seyi up and they kept Kidwaya and Tolani Badge at the bottom. I also kind of wanted to talk about how I feel like it was so good for them to discuss it, because in a jury, you're supposed to discuss your decision as to why you want to take somebody out. So it was so good to hear them have their different thoughts, their different opinions. I liked that they understood that even if Tolani Badge wasn't really exactly our favorite person in the house, she's bringing a little bit of dynamic into the house. Like, we're seeing an obsessive person who obsesses over a guy who is Neo. So I liked that they kind of discussed it and kind of wanted to see where that would advance to. But also, my own problem is, did they know that new housemates were coming in? Like, did they keep her in the house so she fools herself more? Did they keep her in the house to see how it will turn, who she will fight over a guy? Anyways, I can't lie. I personally liked it because I didn't think Kid was bringing enough into the house. I feel like Kid would have been safe if he just acts like his bad boy persona, because at the end of the day, Nigerians have a kink for people who are wealthy. Like, there's some kind of people worship a lot of wealthy people. So I feel like Nigerians would have stuck to him just playing a rich kid at the end of the day. Like, he wanted to come and be a villain, and you do not have the capability to be a villain. Like, he should have just sat down and ate his rice, to be honest. But I'm not upset with the decision that they made. I love that they spoke about it. I love why they came to the conclusion that they came to. And, let's just see the dynamic of the game. Now, let's speak on the new housemates, the new guests, because they're not housemates. I heard that they can compete for the black envelope, HOH, games, wager tax and whatnot. They can do all those competitions, but they are not eligible to win 120 million. Omashola, Kim Oprah, Lucy, and Prince. I cannot even lie. I'm so excited for Omashola, because if you watch 2019 Pepper Dem, Omashola was really the worry. Like, he really had the streets on lock. A lot of people said he was using Efe's game plan. I don't think so, personally. I'm so excited for Omashola because I feel like Omashola is a different type of crazy. We've seen chaotic in the house, but Big Brother decided to bring the real chaos, the person who really started noise making. Like, he makes a lot of noise, and I'm so excited to see the dynamic. Of course, he has come back a married man with a kid, but he was telling Doi that he would play the game, he would have fun, but of course there will be limits. He would not want to have fun to the extent where his wife is upset and whatnot. People are saying Kim Oprah will scatter the Adenita shape. For people who don't know, Adenita shape is Adekunle and Venita. Adenita. I don't think so, because I personally feel like it wouldn't work. Let me tell you why it wouldn't work. Kim Oprah and Adekunle apparently have the same gym instructor, and they gym at the same place. So they already see themselves constantly. If he liked her, if he wanted to make a move on her, I feel like he would have made a move on her outside the house. So why come into the house and make a move? Or why would she come into the house and decide to flirt with Adekunle? On the other hand, her and Venita are actually good friends outside the house. So I don't think a friend who is friends with the two couples will want to do that, except she's trying to play like a wicked game, and I don't think it will be fair. Prince, I don't know if I'm excited for Prince, but I like that he has come into the house now and then he's dropping hints. Like, he dropped a hint yesterday on bullying and how people are rising for people who are getting bullied, and only Mercy clocks. Like, Seyi was just there nodding his head. Okay. But I feel like at the end of the day, only Mercy clocked what he was trying to say. Lucy, I'm really excited for Lucy as well, because Lucy is very chaotic, and she's one person that I know does not pretend. Lucy will wake up this morning and she'll enter the kitchen, and that's the first thing she will start shouting, like, "Oh, you people have not cleaned the kitchen, you people have not swept, you people have not, the house is dirty." So I'm excited for that, because we have been complaining about how dirty the house has been. we have been complaining about how dirty the house has been, and it's very embarrassing because you people are celebrities. Like, is this how dirty your houses are, or is it because you kind of have help who do these things for you? Like, it doesn't make sense as to why you would wake up and it's not giving celebrities, it's not giving all stars. Like, you people are really giving, you are not giving all stars. I don't know how to explain it, but like, the house is always dirty, the kitchen is always dirty, their clothes, everything is always a mess. So I know Lucy is coming to that house to fix it, but I'm very, very excited for Mashallah the most. I just feel like he would bring ginger, he would bring a different storyline, he would just bring a different vibe into the house, and I cannot wait for all of us to sit down and experience it. Now let's speak on the bullying. I feel like Ilebaye has been bullied a lot. I personally do not like it because I detest bullies. And she has had to have a lot of advisors for her who have realized that, okay, oh, you be like, say, when they craze for this house, like, why are you bullying this girl? Is it because she's the youngest in the house? I do not like it. What Ike did, now let's speak on what Ike did. Ike had gone, for people who have watched the clip, there was, first and foremost, there was like a meeting, a cult meeting between Ike, Kid, Pere, and Seyi. Cross happened to be there, but he didn't impute. But you know what they say about people who sit on the fence? Like, if you're in a conversation where they're planning to kill somebody and you do not oppose or support, you are indirectly supporting because you do not oppose the motion. So I would say there were 5 people in that meeting at first. And then Pere had made a comment saying that bitch needs to get eliminated or something. That bitch needs to go down, meaning that they needed to look for a way to get her disqualified. So there was that meeting first, and only Ike, who probably had, because Ike says it a lot that he's not all right. I mean, he was in prison once. Like, he's not an all right person. He is erratic, as Angel would call him. He had come and then started removing all her stuff. Now, people had a problem with Venita sitting down there and not saying anything. But the thing is, I personally feel that it's because she was intoxicated. And you know what they say about somebody that is once you're intoxicated, you don't have a right to impute. You don't have a right, like, they feel like your mind is not stable enough for you to understand what is going on. And I'm speaking from a lawyer part of view, or from a lawyer's perspective. Now, people were upset that Venita was there and she didn't say anything. And then we had Seyi, who had taken her to go and rest. Now, what Ike did should have cost, or should have called for a disqualification, because I don't think one strike, he deserves that. I don't think he deserves one strike, because how can you take a woman's underwear, and you know women are very sensitive about like what they put in their body, and then you go and keep it in the bathroom, on the floor, in the bin? Like, that is crazy. Like, one strike, are you kidding? And Ike wasn't even like, the one strike did not even move his body, because he kept on saying that strike is his brand. Because if you guys remember, in 2019, this guy wanted to fight Seyi knowing that he already had 2 strikes. Like, Ike doesn't care about his strike. A disqualification would have been better, because I also understand why he wasn't disqualified, you know, because Ike brings drama into the house, if we're being honest. Like, every other person who is sitting down making, oh, okay, I don't want to do too much because I'm building my brand, like, you guys are really boring. Ike, on the other hand, actually brings some kind of storyline into the house, and I'm not even mad at it, but like, I feel like he went to an extreme by going to throw Ilebaye's stuff in the bathroom. Like, it didn't make sense. So that is bullying. So there's bullying from Ike's perspective, and there's bullying from the cultists who had their cult meeting before Ike took the meeting to another level. And at the end of the day, like, I feel like people should not blame Venita, but I kind of also understand, because people keep saying that she's always trying to be like the person who speaks up for people. So why didn't you speak up for Ilebaye? But other people are also kind of saying that she's not Ilebaye's mom. Like, she doesn't have a reason to exactly care for Ilebaye to an extent as to why she should stop Ike. If you put Ilebaye and Ike on the same scale, she would pick Ike over she would pick Ilebaye, because she's friends with Ilebaye. So she doesn't have a right to protect Ilebaye. That's what some people were saying. Other people were saying that she's a woman, first of all. And when you're in a woman in a Nigerian society, you know that the society favors men over women. So you should play your own role by sticking to a woman before you stick to a man. So there are 2 different stories as to why she should have kept quiet or why she should have spoken up. And I kind of understand where 2 people are coming from. Now, let's move on to the strikes. we had Soma get a strike for harassing Angel. If you guys watch the clip, he pointed his hand and said, go fit try this for outside. Disembark. He'd be like, say, and I feel like he was about to, the way he was about to complete his sentence, he was about to say, go fit try this. Something like he was trying to be, anybody who speaks to you like that, he's capable of hitting you. I don't know if people are understanding my dynamics. I'm not saying he does things like that, but at the end of the day, we never can tell because we don't know these people personally. We just watch them, like we just watch their gameplay. But whoever, like I keep on saying, whoever you present yourself to be in that house is actually who you are in real life. If every time somebody says, personally, why I will tell you why I kind of like Soma. Soma is the type of person to talk it out. He likes to talk it out there and then. Like he doesn't like to wait it out. He just likes to confront the situation so that he knows that, okay, we're done with this and we've moved past this. But another thing is when somebody says leave me alone, sometimes when you have a problem with somebody and then they say I need like a 5 minutes break, like give them that 5 minute break. But at the end of the day, we don't know if that 5 minutes can break or make them. Because if somebody gives me a 5 minute break, it depends on like if I want to stop talking to the person or continue having conversations with that person. But I feel like Soma should have clocked that she wasn't exactly in the mood, but maybe also didn't want her to go to bed upset. And then he kept on holding her. Like, I see why that is harassment, because somebody has told you, leave me alone. Like, I do not want to speak with you. And he kept on dragging her. Like, I think her breast almost even popped out. Only that the cameras moved. Like, it didn't make sense as to why he was doing that. But also, I like that he kind of wanted to settle the issue, but I feel like he should have gone about it a different way. And he's a bit obsessive. And this is somebody that has claimed to have a girlfriend outside the house. I think Soma is a bit obsessive. The same thing that happened with the party. Now, let's even enter the party. I've said this thing all the time. Big brother, it's not fair that you keep giving these housemates tax in the evenings, knowing that they have to be at a party by 10 o'clock. Let's speak about this party that happened. They had finished their tax after 8. Mind you, there are 18 people in the house who have to use one shower. Okay, there are 5 people upstairs, but then take 5 from 18. That's 13 people have to use one shower in the space of an hour. Use the shower, do their makeup. You know that makeup takes at least 30-45 minutes. And you're upset and then you lock them out of the house. Like, it just doesn't make sense as to why their thing is ending late. But at the end of the day, people were also saying that Big Brother keeps on warning them, saying that, okay, like, we understand that you're all stars, but at the end of the day, you should also understand that I have my rules. When I tell you to be at a certain place, and this is not the first time, every time Big Brother keeps saying, oh, be here, they are never there. Like, they take time. Like, I think they disrespect Big Brother a lot. So I understand why he took action, but taking action on a Saturday night didn't make sense because they always have the whole week to do all the wagers, the whole week to do whatever they're doing. Saturday is when they unwind. Saturday is when they have the alcohol. Saturday is when they dance for 2 hours straight and just have a good time. Like, I don't think it's nice that he locks them out, but also he was trying to kind of teaching them a lesson because every time he does a countdown, it's like they don't answer, okay, everybody leave the garden doors open or leave it closed. Like, they always take their time to do it. But speaking about this Saturday party, I feel like Soma should have understood where Angel was coming from, because at the end of the day, Angel got locked out. Like, she kind of wanted to party. Of course she will be grumpy. If I get locked out on a Saturday, I will be grumpy. Why did he take it personal as to why she didn't want to have a conversation with him there and then? Like, I would understand. You should understand. If you like me and if you know me to an extent, you should understand that, okay, I don't want to have fun now. Like, I'm upset. I'm not in the mood to have a conversation with you. Like, I just after doing my makeup, after wearing a nice clothes, Big Brother locked me out. Like, you of all people should understand. So I understood where Angel was coming from. So that's why I'm saying Soma is a bit obsessive. Like, he's a bit obsessive. Like, allow, like, calm down, like, do things a better way. Like, she needs her space, give her space. She will come back to you. And Cross told you, White Money told you that this is somebody that constantly has mood swings. Like, she's not upset with you, but she just kind of wants her space. She can take days. But anyways, in that house, like, a day is a week in that house because you're seeing somebody constantly all the time. But, like, just give her that space. Let her come to you. Sometimes you should let a babe come to you. Like, if somebody does shakara too much, maybe you're in her matter too much, and then she's just like, you know what? Allow me. Like, let's just day our day. But let her come to you Do you understand? Like when she comes to you, then there's value in whatever ship you guys have going on. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like I feel like Soma should pipe down a little bit. Like it just doesn't make sense as to why that is happening. Now let's speak about the fights. Like different people had Quanta. First and foremost, I am so glad Neo and Venita made up. Even if Venita kind of wanted to exaggerate the matter, like, madam, just shut up and kiss your cousin. Like, she was doing too much. Like, she really annoyed me. Like, okay, like somebody has come to apologize to you, just accept the apology and like let it go. But let's speak about the fights. We had Sisi and then we had Tolani fights. Tolani is, anytime you see Tolani upset, she's upset because of a man. Tolani needs to pipe down. Like, she needs to pipe down. And I like that Venita told her that you have been given a second chance. Like, there's no way in hell you're coming here to... a man cannot be your brand. Like, and she even said it herself. Because I remember when Big Brother played the clip of Ilebaye being bullied, she said, I do not even appear in one video. Every time Ebuka comes on, Ebuka does not ask her one question. She was even saying it under her breath, like, say, I know they carry the show because I'm not. You should calculate. Like, you're in that house. It's a game. It's a reality show, but it's a game. Like, you're supposed to be calculating. Like, Big Brother has not asked me a question. I did not appear in any clip that they've showed. Like, it means like I'm not in a conversation. And then now you've had his sister tell you that it seems like he's not serious, because if somebody is serious, they will show you that they're serious. Why do you keep fighting men because of this guy? You fought Princess, you fought Uriel, you pushed them in the party. You've had a problem with Ilebaye, the socks issue that didn't make sense. Like, and then now you're having a problem with Sisi because of a man that has not claimed, because of a man that is rumored to have a babe outside the house, because of a man who said in that house, my babe, I'll say I should go understand. And this is somebody you want to constantly cuddle you. Like, I mean, like, how is your whole branding about a man? And mind you, this man's ex had clocked that it seems like you like this man because you always want to be in his business. You always want to know what is going like. Like, she should pipe down. Like, I mean, your name is the baddest name that's ever been produced by Big Brother. Tolani badge, T badge. You should act like a badge, because when somebody says badge, it's giving heavy. Like, and she's not giving that energy. Like, I personally don't like it. Now, Ike and Angel. The slut shaming, the broke shaming, Angel broke shamed, Ike slut shamed, saying that, she has Van Cleefs on her hands, and she's saying, okay, bend down, let men fuck you so that you can have, YouTube, don't say so that you can also have these things that I have. You know, it's just, she was saying that he's broke, he's always blogging, he doesn't have up to 100,000 likes or something of that sort. Like, he's always staying at 200 likes. Like, I mean, like, come on. Angel is always criticizing people for broke shaming or slut shaming, and she goes ahead and does the same thing. Like, it doesn't make sense. And I also feel like the conversation that was had in that bathroom with Mercy, Venita, Tolani, and Angel in the first week. Was it the first week? I think it was the first week. Also contributed to the way that Angel sees Ike, because, I mean, Mercy had told the whole Nigeria that Ike does not clean his ass. He leaves his everything is a mess around where he is. Obviously, it's evident to us, the viewers, but like, imagine giving Angel access to like your ex like that. Like, it builds disrespect to an extent. For instance, if I want to criticize somebody and I keep telling another person about their bad character, like, I'm giving them like free goalposts to attack them. So if that person I keep venting to about one person, so there's B and there's A, and I keep venting to A about B, and then now A and B clash, A would use all the things that I've said against B. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I didn't like that she had so much audacity, but at the end of the day, he was also slut shaming her, saying that she sleeps with men for all that she has, and she's saying that he's broke. Like, it was just crazy. But that I can't lie, that's one of the best fights that I've ever witnessed in the house. Can I go back to talk about Venita? People were complaining about Venita not saying anything while Ike was destroying properties. Now, Venita does the counting down with Ike while he wanted to spark at doing, and people are upset. Like, what do people want from Venita? Like, is she a threat to your favorite housemates? Because what do you people want? If she doesn't speak, she's evil. If she speaks, she's evil. She's forming or she's pretending. You people were literally complaining. I remember Doyin was complaining that, Venita, you were there, you're a mother of two, and you didn't say, no, you know what, that Doyin and Venita, I'll get there. But let me finish this first. Doyin was complaining that, Venita, you're a mom, you're a mother of two, like, how can you stay there and they're bullying a babe and you didn't say anything? Now she goes to calm Ike down, does the same number trick that she did with Soma. Because I remember when Soma was having a breakdown, she was counting with him, She's a mom. Like I feel like she knows how to do all these things, and she's very smart. So why are people upset that she was doing the counting with Ike, saying that she's giving the men so much grace? What do people really want? What do people really want? Now, we all know, if you watch Big Brother, if you people are not watching Big Brother from Twitter, you people should know that Doyin and Ilebaye are not friends. No matter how much they lie to you guys, they are not friends. Because I feel like Doyin has clocked that Ilebaye has some kind of pity voters and she wants to be around her side. This is the same Doyin that will criticize, call Ilebaye a liar, call her fake, call her a stupid babe, always ready to say one or two things about like Ilebaye, and now all of a sudden you're Ilebaye's hero. Like he's not clicking. So for the people who missed the clip, there was a commercial break before we saw Doyin and Venita having a problem. Because I remember when Doyin was shouting at Venita was like, "What did you expect me to do? I was intoxicated. I stood up and I left because I said I didn't want to be part of this. I said that this is bad and I stood up and I left. So what's your issue exactly with me?" And then Doyin says, and then there was another clip where there was another point in time where Doyin was insulting Ike, calling him a criminal and a bitch. But I think Venita thought she was referring to her, because when you call somebody a bitch, apparently you're referring to like a woman. So when you say, "Oh, a stupid bitch," like it feels like you're referring to a woman. So I think, this is my own personal thought, I think Venita thought she was calling her a bitch. And that's why Venita was like, "Who are you calling a bitch?" And she says, "I was actually referring to Ike, but you know what? You're a stupid bitch." So that's where he sparked up, because I feel like it wouldn't have gotten to that extent if Venita had just ignored, if they had just carried her. But her and Adekunle were not on speaking terms at that point. If they were on speaking terms, Adekunle would have carried her to the room. So I think that's what made it spark. And no matter how much you want to fight, no matter how much you want to have some kind of quantas, I feel like children should be left kids. Like bringing a child into this, Doyin said, and I quote, your children will be in a place where they need help and they will not find help. That is not even an insult. That is a curse. If you go low with the people that I love, you see, leave kids, leave family. If you go low with my friends, I will show you hell. Like I do not play with the people that I love. I do not. So I understand. Of course, they both went to sweep the burnt parts in the pot, but at the end of the day, like I could understand why Venita went in on her, called her ugly and everything, because I mean, she brought her kids into the conversation. Like, why are you bringing my kids into the conversation? The same Doyin, you see, Doyin is such an hypocrite, because at the end of the day, like she goes to tell Ilebaye, like, why are you going to hug Venita? The same Doyin that now went to make peace with Kid, telling Ilebaye that she should have made peace with Pere instead of Venita. Pere that literally told her, then we need to get this bitch down. Venita, whenever time Ilebaye had a problem in that house, Venita is always there to take her out of the situation. The same Venita that she's saying, Venita doesn't care about Ilebaye. She keeps taking Ilebaye out of the situation so that she doesn't get a third strike. It's the same person that you would rather she forgave Pere over Venita. Like, it doesn't make sense. The same Doyin who now went behind Ilebaye's back to maybe make peace with Kid. Like, I mean, like, if you really cared about Ilebaye and cared about how people were conspiring against her, I don't think you should have gone to Kid's back. Like, it just shows that you're a very fake person. It shows that you're not real at the end of the day. But so much has been happening. I can't wait for what the new guests have in turn. I can't wait to see the new jury. I can't wait to see who goes home next. Tolani Badge, Ike, Seyi, all of them. I feel like Doyin. Anyways, Doyin brings a lot to the show. I won't even lie, even if she's very annoying and she has a loud mouth. But we've been seeing so many dynamics, the fights, the bullying, so much. It's just very toxic, as Fina would say. Toxic. This Big Brother is so toxic. But at the end of the day, like, we are living in Nigeria. We have a hard time. It's just so good to come back and unwind with great television. But Mado Africa will definitely be here to give you all the insights. Me being Stephanie, I watch Big Brother for you guys, and it's just so much like that, dissecting the chats, the conversations is just so interesting. Like, I love discussing it with my friends, and I love discussing with you guys who are subscribers. So what you do for me now is to drop your comments, what you think about what I've said, share the show, share the YouTube, subscribe, and most importantly, follow us on social media at Mado Africa. And I'll be here next week. Thank you.